Welcome everyone, for all the YouTube people out there that are viewing this video. We're going to do a video, kind of a simple one, just to kind of demonstrate predestination versus free will. And I was going to advocate for the combination of both, but it's only in certain scenarios and certain instances. And anyways, you'll see once I present my case here. The Bible talks about people having visions and dreams, and that it's very biblical. In fact, here's a couple scriptures on that. Acts 2:17. And in the last days it shall be, God declares, that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh, and on your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. Okay, so obviously you saw that having a vision and dream is very biblical. So I want to go ahead and continue on with the point I want to make. And that is, can God give you a vision of, let's say, hell? It could be anything, but in this case I'll say hell. Can He do that? I think the answer is yes. And has all these events been preordained? Is there free will involved? What's the story with it? Let's give you a scenario. Let's say, for instance, you were working pretty hard and you just came home from your job, and you're very tired and you're excited to go to bed. So on your way home, you drive home from work, and you see this brilliant light. And you see this light, and you're astonished by it, and you're curious, so you park on the side of the road, you walk up to this light. And in this light is so bright that you see this image of an entity, but you don't know what it is. In your heart, though, you think that it's an angel. Okay, so you see this entity, and he instructs you that he has a mission from you from the Father. Well, being that you're a student of the Bible, you question this entity whether or not it's an angel of the Lord. So, here's a Bible verse to demonstrate what I mean. 1 John 4:2. Hereby know ye the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is of God. And every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. And that is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is in the world. Alright, so all the requirements have been satisfied. The angel says that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh. So, like I said, all the biblical requirements have been satisfied. So now you know that this is an angel of the Lord. The angel says that you have a mission from the Father, again, and that he is to take you to hell, so you can share with the world, record it, and share with the world what it's like, because God doesn't want anyone to be lost. And so you do as the angel instructed, because you're a godly person, right? And so you record everything you see, the demons, the fire, the pain, the agony, the torment, the people screaming, the worm that dieth not. You see it all. Okay? Now, my point is coming up here pretty soon. Now, after you've seen all this, the angel of the Lord one last time says, make sure that you testify of this. And then he leaves. The vision's done. Okay? Now you're back in your car. Now, this is where free will and predestination come into play. You have a choice, a free will choice to do as the angel instructed. You can, if you want, disobey and say, you know what? I'm not going to share this testimony with no one. I'm going to keep it to myself. Or you can choose to obey God, the angel of the Lord, that is, and do God's will and share this testimony with other people. This part is completely up to you. This is where free will comes into place. This is where predestination comes into place, however. That is that the events that took place, that is the bright light scenario, the situation there, the angel appearing before you, as well as the hellish experience, that to me was preordained, predestined. But your response to it is free will. Okay, so, and Calvinists will argue, no. The testimony you're going to give has been preordained, predestined. Again, I disagree. Like I'm saying, you have a choice whether to obey or not to obey. Now, Calvinists will say, well, if that's the case, then wait a minute. Wouldn't God be wasting his time if he didn't know what the free will choice of that person would be? And now in my argument would be like, no, because why? God is all-knowing. He knew from eternity past that this person was selected to receive this vision, to do this mission. He knew that this person would obey God. Because God knows everything, okay? Now, at the same token, because God is all-knowing, he knows that, I'll just make up a name. I apologize for anyone named Jimmy out there. But let's just say he knew that Jimmy, if he were to receive this mission, that Jimmy would disobey God and use his free will choice to not share this testimony. See, that's the difference I have with Calvinism, free will, predestination. That is, that certain events are orchestrated by God, predestined to happen. But when it comes to man, we're amoral beings. We have the choice to either obey or disobey. So that's what I have about free will and predestination. I'm kind of curious on what you guys think about this scenario, and does it make sense to you guys? You can go ahead and put a comment on the bottom. But hopefully you agree, but if you don't, then, if you disagree, then obviously leave a comment explaining why you disagree, I guess. I guess the only other thing I would mention here is that not all events, I'm not advocating that all events are predestined. I am really not doing that, okay? If you're one of these people who, own a car, for example, and you ride it really heavy, right? And you just don't take care of it, don't do your oil changes, don't do all this other stuff or whatever, right? And now all of a sudden your car breaks down. Well, I don't think that was a predestined event. It was your free will choice to not take care of your car, to not do your normal maintenance to it, is the reason why the car broke down. You reap what you sow, okay? So I'm not advocating that all events are predestined. Please hear me on that. I am not advocating that. But there are some events I believe are predestined, preordained to happen. So anyways, that's my video, and go ahead and comment below. And I'll hopefully maybe get another video. See you then.